Hey guys, Memento Mori, part 2. It's Andy, and this is Mindset Matters More. So, yes, Memento Mori. Remember what that is? It is remember that you have to die. And I was thinking, do we find this in the Bible? And we do. We find it in many places, but one place that is very relevant is Genesis 3:19, and God tells Adam, "For dust you are, and dust you will return. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust." Like the reminder that we're all going to die at some time, using that as a tool to be able to really align ourselves with today, here and now, with what our soul is calling us to do. And so today's tool is very similar to yesterday's tool, but with a little twist, right? With a little bit of a deeper dive into regret. Okay, so here's the question. If you lived till you were really old, let's say you make it to 100 years old, you're on your deathbed, 100 years old, but you changed nothing today. Nothing changed. You lived exactly how you are right now. What would you regret not having accomplished? Oof, that, right? The first tool really highlighted about the decisions that we have made up till now. They really highlight that, oh my God, I have been living out of sync for the past. The past has been this thing that has just been draining my soul, and I regret it, and I feel like I need to make a shift. I feel like I need to change something. But this one travels us into the future when we already know that we have things that we regret, and yet we've taken no action to change it. And so we fast forward to 100 years old and we're like, man, I did nothing about it. What now do I have to regret? What are the things that I missed out on that I regret? When I lived my life, how could I not change it? How could I not be proactive in my life and just let this consume me for the rest? For me, it would be like another 60 years of not being happy. I didn't do anything about it. I just continued to live like this. And it puts a little bit more weight on the fact that we have control over our happiness. Whereas the first tool is like, hey, you didn't do anything, so where are you now? Let's take a look at that. But the second tool is taking a look at like, oh my God, I didn't do anything? I had the power and I still didn't do anything? Because we do have power to shift our future, our reality. We do have the power to change our life. We do have the power to live in a way that is aligned with our heart and our soul and our bodies. We do have that potential and that capacity. Whether you feel like you're stuck or that you don't know, that you're too poor, you're too dumb, you're too slow, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that, you're too whatever, you still have the potential to change. You are the one that are the master of the reality that you're in. I was listening to this podcast that was talking about how the person you are now is not a matter of the decisions you're making right now. It's a sum of all the decisions that you made prior to this moment. So this person that you are right now is the echo of all those actions that you did in the past. So the person that you're going to be in a year, you can shoot new echoes to who that person needs to be. You can shoot new vibrations and new love and care and ideas and actions and decisions and choices to that person and say, hey, yes, I'm taking this decision. I was just telling my husband the other day, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I was going to sell my house, that I was going to move 30 minutes outside of the city, I would have told you, you crazy. You crazy. And he was like, yeah, but you know what? When you made the decision, it was like from one day to the next. Like there was no like thought in your mind to not do it. Like you just knew that that was the move. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like it was a hard decision, but it was like obvious. And I was like, yeah, okay, definitely. And so this desk I'm sitting at was not in my past. This journal that I'm writing in, not a part of that. This podcast, not a part of that reality where I was in Boston. Like it just the reality is that we have this ability to shift 180 degrees, take wild turns that we didn't expect because we seize the moment, because we're like, hey, this is what I want for my life and I'm going to take it. I could have easily just said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to keep playing it safe. I'm just going to stay doing what I got to do. I'm just going to not progress. I'm just going to find a job that's closer to me. I'm just going to do this. I could have come up with so many reasons, but like I knew, I was like, no, if I want my life to shift, we're going to shift. I need to shift. That's what we're doing. You have that capacity too. There's probably something already gnawing on you that you have been kicking the can down the road. And you're just like, yeah, next time, tomorrow, later, some other day, not right now. This isn't a good time. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have that. And so what's going to happen when you're 100 years old and the can reaches the end of the street? You're on that last breath. You're like, shit. I shouldn't have kicked the can, man. I should have just picked it up and just done something with it. What are you holding back from? And that is really a mindset shift about really taking ownership of your life and your happiness, your joy. Taking ownership of, I am not responsible to anybody but myself. Now, everyone's like, well, but I got kids. I can't just pick up and move to Hawaii. I mean, maybe not. But maybe you could go to the beach more often. Maybe you could take walks along a pier more often. I don't know where you live. Maybe it's going to a lake more often. Maybe being around bodies of water more often. Maybe it's going to a spa. Maybe it's, getting a Hawaiian shower. I don't know what that could look like for you. But it's shifting towards that reality. It's shifting towards that, hey, no, I want to be happy. Let's see how we can start moving in that direction. Now, mine was pretty dramatic because it was like from one day to another, I was like, yeah, no, I'm moving. We're moving. This is the town I think we need to move to. We came, saw this apartment. It was the right price. Man, the bathroom floors are heated. And I was like, yeah, this is where we're going. There was no doubt in my mind that this was my apartment when I walked in here. And it can be just as easy as that. Or maybe it's just, like, something is calling me. Let me investigate it. Let me look at what that could be. Let me see if that's really my dream. And not holding back. All right, guys, let me know. What did you come up with? What if nothing changed for you, what would be that thing that you regretted for the rest of your life? Okay. Love you guys. Bye.